Today I'm pretty excited because we're actually going to do some real casting. So the first thing that I want to show is how to do, we're going to use the opaque, the white, Alumilite White. We're going to mix in a little bit of violet, so it's purple. But we're probably going to make something pretty similar to this, this blue and white kind of swirly gig thing. So we got our pressure pot. We got the compressor running back there. Turn that back on. We got our air supply just ready, so I don't have to mess with this later. So first thing one thing I forgot is the scale. No big deal. So here we go. Very, very simple. First thing you're going to do is tear that out. Okay, so put some A part. This might take a little while, so I will most likely speed this up. Now I should stop because I'm going to be putting it in this mold. Now this is about 5 by 6 or something like that, by about 2 inches deep. So I don't know how much cubic, whatever that is, but what I found is about 14 ounces should give me what I want. 14 to 16 ounces. So I'm going to put 7, maybe I'll probably just put 8 because I don't like, this is the wasteful part of this stuff, but put 8 ounces in each. Whoa, I went a little over. 8.3. Whoa. So now we got equal parts in our cups, and the next step is we're going to mix them up. Now, first thing that I'm going to say, you want to mix it quick, but I also have a third cup because when you start mixing different colors in, you're going to mix your main thing. And I would recommend, even though Alumilite tells you to put the dye or whatever in the part A, I'm going to take, I got this tip from Curtis Seebeck also. You can't tell when this stuff, if you put dye in one of these things, you can't tell when it's actually mixed and ready. If you leave it clear, don't put your dye in until you've mixed the mixture up, then you can tell when it's done. When you've mixed it properly, it'll be dead clear. Otherwise, it's kind of cloudy. So putting dye in that mixture and then trying to get it all done, I mean, I guess you could just time yourself, but there's no need to do that. So I just mix it, and then I'm going to dump off a little bit into this other cup, right? So no dye is involved. I'm just going to mix the stuff up. It'll be the white. I'm going to dump off a little bit in this cup. I'm going to add the dye to this. And then I'm going to fill my mold with the rest of that white first. And then I'm going to play with the violet. So just to kind of give you an idea what's going on, it's going to go kind of quick because this Alumilite stuff literally starts curing the minute it touches, it mixes. So got to be kind of quick. I would recommend wearing gloves. Let me get some real quick. You might want to wear eye protection if you're getting a little crazy with the mixing. You don't want this stuff splashing in your eye. I don't have any near me right now, so I'm going to forego that, but here we go. So I'm going to get it all in there. Try and get it all out, but like I said, you got to be quick here. So I'm going to mix it, and I'm not really that worried about bubbles and all this stuff. I'm just trying to get this stuff mixed up as quickly as possible. And I'm watching this stuff to make sure that I've done a good enough job stirring, because you need to stir it correctly, I should say. It has to be done right, or else you'll have problems with your casting. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. I'm going to dump off a little bit. Now, I'm going to just dump this stuff in right now. That's going in my mold. Whoa. That's my stick. Okay, I can already feel this getting warm, so I got to hurry up. I'm going to put some dye in this one. And then I'm just going to get crazy with it. Well, that wasn't very crazy, but we're going to see what happens with that. Okay, so you want to get your pot ready. I'm really cutting it close on this one. So I have this hooked up. That I didn't. Okay, really give these a crank. You don't want to have any accidents. And put the pressure in. Okay, well, this casting is done now. It actually sat overnight, but no big deal. So when you're going to release, open it up, if you're dealing with a pressure pot, make sure you take the air off and then crack this thing. I've already done that on this one, but release the pressure before you start unscrewing these things. So you don't want this thing blowing off in your face. So we'll unscrew the top and pull out our blank. So what we have is just a hard piece of plastic right now. Now I really rushed this, so I'm not certain what the colors are going to really look like in this, but that's kind of half the fun. You never know. So I'm going to crack this thing open. Let me get my drill. And the way that I made this, I just have 4 screws and I take off the front. And then I usually just give it a good knock and it comes right out. Like I said, this stuff doesn't really stick to the ultra high molecular weight cutting board material stuff, so usually you're pretty good. Now, this thing isn't a dead tight seal, so it kind of seeps around and does some stuff, but I haven't had a problem using these. It works pretty well. So, now we have a blank, or a brick I should say, and the next step is I'm going to go cut it up into blanks on the, like individual pen blanks on the table saw. This stuff, you can use a normal table saw, you could use the band saw, but the table saw gives me the cleanest cuts. So unless I have things poking out of the top or something weird going on, I'm just going to cut it at the table saw. It's just much easier. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll come and take a look at what we got on the inside. That's kind of half the fun. It's kind of seeing what you made. Alright, so we got everything cut up, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm going to speed up in the editing, probably just me cutting, but the first thing that I do is I move the fence over to 7/8 inch and cut the pieces out individually. Then I turn them over and cut, the square edge on them. Then I move, after I've done that to all of them, I move the fence over to the final dimension, which is 3/4 inch, and I get the other 2 sides. So just so you know kind of what I was doing with all those cuts. I find that they're not really very square when they come out of the mold a lot of times. And that, not to say that that's like gonna come out perfectly square, but it's a lot better I've found for the drilling and all that stuff than just kind of leaving it. So 3/4 inch is what I usually shoot for. That's that. So let's talk about these blanks. To be honest, I was actually a little bit worried because I was kind of rushing the whole pouring, the dye and all that kind of stuff, and I wasn't certain how this was going to turn out, and frankly these things turned out amazing. They're just, I don't know, I'm always amazed at this stuff. You can screw up basically and you still get really good results. So pretty fun stuff. So, this is the white stuff. In the next video I'm going to cover the clear. It's not any different. I just kind of wanted to show, how I do it, and then what kind of results, what does that mean when you say, oh, well, you got clear and you got this. So I'm going to show from start to finish, what does the clear look like in the next one, and then in future videos I'm going to cover casting objects in the resin, which I think is kind of the coolest part about doing this stuff, is you can get really crazy with that stuff and put all kinds of different materials in there, use things that there's no way you could use otherwise for turning or whatever. So one thing I did want to mention, the way that I do this, I don't really shoot for repeatable, very repeatable results. I don't measure out every little drop. Now, I like to do it so that they're all unique. I like seeing what comes out, and that's what I want to make. But if you want more repeatable results, you need to know, how much dye compared to the white am I pouring in there? How did I, how are you pouring it? And if you keep track of a lot of that stuff, you can get fairly repeatable results. None of them are, no two are going to be the same doing this the way that I did it, but you can get fairly repeatable results as long as you kind of keep everything the same on every one. So just to let you know that. So anyway, other than that, like I said, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below on YouTube. If you go out and pour, get into this stuff, I want to see what you can do. So show me what results you get from Alumilite or whatever, any kind of resin that you pour. If you're having problems or anything like that, definitely ask questions, and you can email me at zach@nvwoodworks.com. And I like getting comments, and I like helping people if they're having any problems with this stuff. Generally it's not that hard, so I don't expect too many people are going to have a lot of issues with it necessarily, but I can probably help you out if something funny's going on, or you just don't exactly know how to do something. Definitely hit me up. So if you like this video and want to see more, definitely subscribe to my channel. It'll notify you when the new videos come out, and other than that, I'll see you in the next video, and we'll do some clear casting. Thanks for watching.